Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you so much for being a part of Titans University, and this session is an extension for the keyword session that we have looked at previously. Now, why do we need this session? We need this session because we need to have a broad checklist of things that we need to look at before we even start finding keywords. Now, this checklist will serve as a guiding light. Remember, this is not an exhaustive list, which means you can't just follow these things and say that you have done everything. But this serves as a guiding light if you're struggling to understand where to start. Where to start is you need a summary of activities that you need to cover throughout your process of finding keywords, and this checklist serves as a guiding light only. Please remember, this is not an exhaustive list. I would thoroughly encourage you to use this only as a guiding light. Now, what will give you the most out of finding keywords is the next sheet that I'm going to share with you, which contains almost all the tools I've been using for the last decade and a half. So let's get started and look at the broad outline of activities that you need to look at when you're finding keywords. Having said that, I would also be talking to you and taking you through some new tools in the next session. This is just a theory part. This is just a theoretical understanding of what needs to be done. Once that is done, I will also show you a list of activities. I will also show you some hacks and some common situations about if you are struggling with not enough budgets, maybe your client is not willing to spend more until he sees results, or maybe the company that you're working for or the brand that you're working for is kind of are tied up with their budgets. Their hands are tied as the hands are tied when it comes to letting you spend budgets. So I will also tell you how do you manage your bids in those situations and a lot of bidding strategies, etc. So without getting confused, let's get started looking at what is the basic keyword checklist that will help me understand the set of activities that I need to do as a digital marketing specialist when I'm working with Google Ads. Alright, so basic keyword checklist. Remember, I have used the word basic. This is just a basic checklist. What is your root keyword, or what are your root keywords? Once you have decided, now this situation arises after you have decided what product that you want to promote. After you have understood what product that you would want to promote, then identify what your root keywords are. If you remember the previous example, our root keywords were dog dry food and cat dry food, right? Now this is my root keyword. Now my job as a digital marketing specialist is to make sure that I go ahead and find out all the variations of this keyword and to find out what people are actually searching for so that I don't have to struggle going forward. Then list keywords inspired by your audiences. Now you have certain target audiences, right? Now if your target audience is people who are interested in pets, people who are interested in pet food, people who are interested in pet health. Now identify your audience and list them down, because when you try to identify your audience, you will get new keyword variations and you will start thinking about what new keyword variations that I should go ahead and come up with. Because ultimately, who are you advertising for? You're not advertising for yourself. You're not even advertising for your client, for that matter. You're advertising for the audiences that your client needs. All right. So list keywords inspired by your competition. Never take. Now this is something which I always swear by. Don't take your competition seriously. At the same time, do not take them lightly. Right? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, do not get obsessed with your audiences, because it's a dangerous game, and don't try to copy and emulate everything that they do. At the same time, don't turn a blind eye towards them and be least bothered about what they're doing. So maintain a balance as to understanding what aspects are they doing well, inculcate or incorporate them in your ad keyword strategy. That's the way to go. Research and expand key phrases. Don't be satisfied with just your keyword variations. If you remember what we saw yesterday, we struggled until we could find no more to come up with new keyword variations. And how do you expand your existing keywords? Ultimately, the more number of people that you're trying to reach, which means if you're able to come up with keywords, more number of keywords that more people are searching for, the variations that they're searching for, the more the variations, the more expanded keywords, the better it is for you. Find out how competitive and frequent each term is. What I mean by that is, what is the competition for a keyword that you are choosing, and how frequently are they searched? Basically, what I mean by this is, if you look at your keyword tool, these are your monthly searches, how many people are searching for them each month, and competitiveness is whether the competition is high or low or medium. Organize these into groups, which is something that we have not looked at because we are just looking at keywords and gathering keywords. I will show you how to group them once we are done with this session. Keep expanding on variations. Now, never stop. You cannot stop, right? Because your job is to find out more and more number of keywords, optimize them, weed out things which is not needed, keep things which are doing well, and expand on those which are doing well. So basically, guys, if you do not understand, this is a continuous game, right? This goes in circles. You cannot ever stop and say that I've reached an optimum stage where I don't have to find any new keywords. That situation will never come. Moving on, we would be looking at list of tools that you would have to fall back upon when finding keywords. As digital marketers, let's be very honest. As digital marketers, we're all obsessed with tools. And to this date, when I find a new tool, my hands itch and I just can't wait until I explore what this tool has to offer. So tools we subconsciously think that tools will make our lives easier. Maybe not necessarily, but they're definitely handy when you use them at the right time. And if you know how much of these tools information can you rely upon, right? Now, some of the tools, both paid, free, built-in tools and third-party tools, these are the tools that I rely upon when finding keywords and doing keyword research. Keyword Planner, which is the tool that's built into Google Ads and one of the most efficient tools, we have seen how that works. Your website itself, look at what content is there on your website, because most often the content of your website is not written by a Google Ads specialist, it's written by a content specialist. So it's worthwhile to go ahead and look at what contents are there on your website so that you can use them as keyword ideas. Google auto suggestions, we have seen that. Google related searches, the ones that appear at the bottom of your search page. Google Trends, go to Google Trends, put in a keyword, see what the trends are like, what people are searching for, look at the related search queries, identify if there are any location specific keywords, and you can go ahead and include them. Google search results, once you have searched for Google, look at the search results, what kind of results is Google showing up, and try and get keyword ideas from that. YouTube auto suggestions, we have seen that. Quora and Reddit, I think, is something that you can go ahead and get them done. I think some of them are repeated, so don't worry too much about them. Competitor websites, we have seen that. I think we have chosen Pedigree as a competitor website to do the analysis and to find out if they have any good keywords that you might not have. Competitor keywords and meta descriptions, go to their HTML source and see what they have included in their meta keywords and meta descriptions. Answer the Public is a tool. SEMrush and SimilarWeb are also tools. We have looked at SEMrush in the previous session. We need to look at what Answer the Public does. We will look at that in a second. SimilarWeb we have not seen, so we will also look at SimilarWeb. So these are some of the things that I keep, and these are all repeated, so don't worry about them. I think I just copy pasted these, edited these, forgot to delete these, so ignore that. So apart from these, so these are the things that you can. So the only third party tools that we have here are SEMrush is one, or SEMrush. SpyFu, I think we have also looked at SpyFu in the previous session. There are a lot of third-party tools. So we will have a dedicated session as to how do you work with these third-party tools when it comes to finding keyword variations and optimizing keywords. At this point in time, I don't think we need to stress enough, but I'll just show you how Answer the Public and SimilarWeb works, so don't worry about that. So I think these are the tools that you need to keep in mind, or I wouldn't say these are a must, but majority of these things are a must, because if you do these things, you will get enough keyword research. This is something that you can use sparingly. You can see if you don't find time, maybe you can save using this tool for later. You can use SEMrush for later, SimilarWeb for later. But these give you the most number of suggestions and keyword ideas for you to put in keywords. So remember, the better your keyword ideas are, the better your keywords will be. So that's about the session on what tools to use and what are the strategies that one can use when it comes to finding keywords. And there are certain best practices that I would want to share with you. And if you keep these 4 or 5 things in mind as the underlying philosophy, you will be able to find more keywords. So let's look at what they are. All right. So what is this? This is the philosophy that you need to develop if you want to do your keyword research properly, and if you really want to be successful when it comes to your keyword research activities. Think like a customer when you create your keyword list. You are not finding keywords for yourselves, you're not finding keywords for your clients, although that's partially true, but you are finding keywords that will help your target audiences or your clients' audiences. So keep that in mind. Think like a customer. Select specific keywords to target specific customers. Some people may be looking for cheap products. Some people may be looking for best products. Some people may be looking for alternatives. Some people may be looking for reviews. Some people may be looking for a comparison between 2 different brands. Some people may be looking at location specific things. dog food Chicago, dog food Denver. So go ahead and include those location-based keywords. Select general keywords to reach more people. So don't always start off with a broad keyword. So in our example, we had dog dry food, right? I did not go ahead and search for dog dry food in Chicago at 50% deal. Now that's a too specific keyword. I did not do that. What did I do? I started off with general search, which is dog dry food. Then drill it down based upon the keyword suggestions that you see. So basically this is what you can follow. Start with a basic root keyword, put them in the tool, and as you go, keep drilling down and arrive at the most specific keywords. You need both, by the way, right? Group similar keywords into ad groups. We will look at this. We have not yet started looking at this. Choose the right keyword match types. This is very, very, very important, guys. You need to know what keyword type is working well. At the start, nobody knows because it's all trial and error. But start with broad first. See if you can make it phrase if you're getting too many unwanted searches. Then drill it down and make it exact. Whatever. So we will look at when we look at keyword analysis and other things as a part of your keyword research when it comes to Google Ads. Thank you so much for being patient, and in the next session we will be looking at external tools like Answer the Public, and I will keep plugging in these tools as and when we come up with them in the discussion. So don't expect that this session will cover all the tools because there are quite a few tools. We will be talking about these tools as and when the need arises, and please make sure you keep following these sessions. And right now at this point in time you're qualified enough to go ahead and search for keywords for your ads or for your clients' advertisements, and start finding these keywords using Keyword Planner and the list of tools that I mentioned. I cannot thank you enough for being a part of this series. Thank you so much. My name is Casey, signing off. Cheers.